Hello and welcome. Let me get a few things set up here. Hey, what's up, Almighty? Alright, I think I have everything good to go here. We're going to be playing Save Me Mr. TAKO, which is a odd name, but pretty cool little Game Boy inspired, they call it a platformer RPG. Actually, the official pitch, designed as a tribute to the original Game Boy, it looks, sounds, and plays like a long-lost cartridge of that beloved handheld game system. In-depth story mode takes players through Mr. TAKO's trials as he meets and tries to reconcile the differences between octopus and human. Go ahead and start it up. For this preview, I can show all of Act 1, which is the first 21 levels. I'm not sure if I'm going to get through all of that. We'll see. I'm not sure how long 21 levels is going to take. Soul Calibur 6. I sent out for that a few weeks ago. I didn't get a review copy. And, yeah, I didn't pick it up today, so probably not. So one cool thing about this game is on the fly you can switch between these different, I guess, Game Boy Color-like screen overlays. And you don't have to do it in the options, which is nice. You can just do it in between levels or in the middle of a level. So probably every level I'm going to switch up the style. Let's start with blue. I think this game's been in development by quite a while. There's a trailer for it like over 2 years ago. So after reading about this, they're trying really hard to make this feel like an actual Game Boy game. You know, with all the, limitations that are entailed. It's not just a retro, platformer, which is very common. They're specifically trying to make this feel like this could have existed on a Game Boy cartridge. Kind of similar to Shovel Knight, where they try to pull off like how you think those games used to feel. Even though Shovel Knight was a little more advanced than an NES game, this is a little more advanced than a Game Boy game. It looks like the octopus people and the humans are fighting here. Hey Derek, thanks for watching, man. Yeah, this is from the same publisher as The Binding of Isaac, Nicalis. They put out some pretty good indie games. Not same developer, but publisher. Save Me Mr. TAKO. Hey, Be Righteous, thanks for tuning in, man. That's the guy that wins almost every one of my contests on Patreon. He's unbeatable. He has been beaten once. No, Afterbirth Plus is really good on for Binding of Isaac. I'd recommend the PC or the PS4 version, if you could, over the Switch version, because the Switch version, some of the big bosses, the frame rate will kind of dip when a lot's going on the Switch version. So if you're just tuning in, I can show the first act, Act 1, which is the first 21 levels. I'm not sure how long that's going to take, or if we're going to get through all 21 or not. This will probably be maybe about 2.5 to 3 hours long, just whatever we get through. Hey Jason, what's up, man? I grew up with Game Boy. Game Boy and regular Nintendo were pretty prevalent in my childhood, so that's why I chose to cover this. So I love this era of Game Boy games. So this is kind of like a little hub world, similar to Kirby's Adventure. Alright, level 1. Yeah, my console capture card, I can only capture at 30 frames a second. This game runs at least higher than 30, probably 60. Definitely when watching it in the stream, it looked like it was running slower, so definitely higher than 30. Alright, looks like feathers are our lives here. But you can't, I don't think you can kill enemies, looks like you just maybe freeze them. In the information about this game, you get different like hats that are abilities. Apparently there's 50 different hats, which I think will change our shot here. So maybe we can kill guys later on. Yeah, the Game Boy style on this is pretty cool. We can switch up on the fly the overlay, like the color scheme, and Game Boy Color style. So every level I'm gonna switch it up and go back to blue. Feels like an underwater level, but we are underwater. Checkpoint, I'm guessing. Yeah, it looks like that freezing enemies mechanic's going to be used quite a bit for little micro puzzles. Even on the first level they're using it. That's something that wasn't really in a whole lot of Game Boy games or any that I think of, where you kind of climb up ledges. That's kind of a more modern thing. When you're on the corner of something, it kind of pulls you up. Yeah, like that. It said this is a platformer slash RPG, so I'm guessing that currency we're getting in the top left might come in handy for some upgrades later. Looks like maybe side quests. So yeah, we can't kill any enemies yet. Perhaps later. Yeah, this does have a Kirby feel to it. Oh, what? Is that a death? I believe this was all made by one person. I can't 100% verify that, but in the title screen it was just one person's name. And I know it's been in development for quite a while. I'm not sure if they also did the music or not, but yeah, the music's pretty cool. Go for a different color scheme here. Okay, this is like our first town. He said, I'm sure there's something in this coral. I'm guessing we get an ability to bust that open later. But here's a hat store. I didn't get fired. I've never gotten fired from a job. The store actually closed down. I worked there up until the very last hour. The store itself is physically not there. Okay, first hat. Hat of friendship. Okay, we can take an extra hit now. Nice. Double health. It looks like this town, we kind of like expand it throughout the game, which is kind of cool. More involved than your just traditional platformer so far. Alright, another side quest. So I think our coins or rupees or whatever in the top left just rolled over 99. Did I get an extra life there? If so, then it's probably not a currency like I thought. If you're really good at it, I will reward you. Looks like a little mini game. doesn't seem like these crabs can kill you in here. Is the music too loud, or are you just not enjoying the music? So we've reached the max lives we can have at 9, it looks like. Looks like that's just an easy way to get some 1-ups if you need them. Looks like that hat we had just saved us there. Oh. Oh. Oh, we got really lucky there. Locked door. Yeah, it looks even better in motion. It's running at a higher frame rate than what I can capture here. The stream's in 30. It's running at least 60. Alright, so we lost our hat. Can't get hit again. If you guys have any questions about the game, I have kind of a fact sheet of some stuff about the game. Is this a boss? Do I know how long it's supposed to be? I don't have an hour time, but I do have some stats here. Apparently there's 6 worlds to explore, 16 different dungeons. I don't think we've found a dungeon yet. 18 bosses, 50 different ability hats that we've only gotten 1 so far. And I can show all of Act 1, which is the first 21 levels. So, I mean, it seems like it's going to be pretty long. It's available on Switch and Steam October 30th. I don't know if there'll be a physical edition. This is quite the little serenade we're doing. Oh, this might be one of those dungeons I just mentioned, actually. Maybe that's why I look different than other levels. Yeah, I bet you this is a dungeon. Hey, Mad, what's up? Now, how many people in here grew up with the Game Boy? I'm not talking Game Boy Advance, the big old chunky one. Okay, we got a bow and arrow hat. Nice. Yeah, I had like the super old school one, like the one I have in the overlay. And I played that thing so much that the battery cover broke. And then I would play it for hours with the batteries just kind of like resting on the back of my hands. And they'd be often like leaking battery acid, which is probably good for me. It's dedication. That thing took 4 AA batteries, and those are hard to come by in my house. Brown tape on the battery pack? Yeah. That probably would have saved my hands a little bit. Yeah, awesome striker. We were playing as a whole new character here. Yeah, this dungeon's pretty cool from what we've seen so far. It's been pretty basic, but this is a little more Zelda-y. Like a side-scroller Zelda dungeon almost. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it is the first dungeon. Yeah, I don't have my Game Boy anymore. I haven't seen that thing in probably 20 years. Right, the 2 oldest things I have from that era that are like actually the ones I played back then. I don't know if you can make that out. I got the original one there that I played as a kid, and then that one. Yeah, that's the only living relics of my gaming childhood I have left, really. And after that, it's a bunch of, you know, like GameCube games and, you know, PS3, PS4 games after that. Oh wow, your first console is 3DS XL? It's not a bad one to start with. There's some good 3DS games out there. What's going on in this room? Oh. Had to reverse press that button. On 3DS, did you play A Link Between Worlds? Yeah, the music really gets you in the mood of, like, I almost feel like I'm sitting here playing a Game Boy game. It may not 100% translate in gameplay, but it even feels like a Game Boy game. Like a tiny bit smoother than a Game Boy game. Like if you actually went back to a Game Boy game, but it still controls kind of like one. Oh, the Street Pass thing? Yeah, I didn't really get into the Street Pass. I didn't really understand the whole, like, the meta game of it. So I wonder if all the dungeons we're going to use this other character. Or if it's just for this one. I like the concept of a 2D kind of Zelda dungeon. I don't see that much. Oh, boss. Guessing he only takes damage when his eye's out. Oh. Pretty easy. You can't get it. No. Yeah, you can change the background palette at any time, even here during a cutscene. Let's try this one out. Yeah, the boss was a little too easy, but that dungeon was pretty cool. Very Super Mario Bros. 3 right here. You can also add different borders to the game. Looks like we'd have to go back to the main menu. Maybe after I leave this place, get back to that hub town. Show you. Oh, that's that place the guy was guarding earlier. So, okay, we are back in town. The game will cost $14.99 on Nintendo Switch and Steam, October 30th. Let me show you those overlays I was talking about. It's nothing like crazy. Oh, you can turn on a grid. I don't really like that effect. You can have it more like Game Boy aspect ratio. Oh, there you go. I actually didn't even see that. Let's do a level like this. We'll make it look as Game Boy as possible. Do we want like original Game Boy? Because that's original Game Boy, where it's all green. Or do we want the more gray, like that? Because I think that was the second iteration of the Game Boy. Looked like this. Our next level like this, or in that bright green? Do the original Game Boy, so that would be the horrible green. That one? Yeah. Alright, classic Game Boy look here. And if I knew there was this overlay, I wouldn't have done that my little overlay I did myself. I'll switch back to full screen though, actually, after this. Where'd that guy go? So our arrows still don't kill guys. I can't go down. One sec. Oh, he fell asleep. Oh, wow. I'm not sure if you can see side to side as much as you could in the other aspect ratio. I feel like it's more narrow. Because it did also reduce our vertical, so I'm not... I think it was widescreen before, I'm not positive. So we lost our arrow hat. Yeah, I feel like it's harder to see left and right with this overlay. Yeah, it is very similar to Downwell, how you can change the color palette. I think Downwell might be one of the most unassumingly hard games I've ever beaten. That last boss is brutal. I really gotta be careful, I can only take one hit now. I did see that pop. Isn't it a sequel or something to Retro City Rampage? I know what you're talking about, I can't remember the exact name. I'm gonna go back to the no overlay here. Oh, Shakedown Hawaii. Is that made by the same people as Retro City Rampage? Because it looked a lot like that. Oh, I forgot to check. I think we might be able to get our hat back in town, which would give us a extra hit before we die. Oh, there's a chest there. So at least you don't start all the way back at the start of the level every time you die. Oh, we got another hat. Nice. Yes, I think the game got a lot more cute since I switched to this pink. I would agree. We need that extra life. Too high. I don't know what happens when you lose all your lives. I doubt you start all the way over. It doesn't seem like that kind of game. Yeah, Games Creed, they, their whole goal with this was to make it look and feel like an actual Game Boy game that could have existed back then. They pulled it off pretty well, just like Shovel Knight before it. It gives you the impression of how you think games felt like back then, but it's a little more advanced than just a Game Boy game. But still playing it, it feels like probably could have been one of the best, or one of the better Game Boy games of that generation. I said it at the start, but in case you missed it, the actual pitch for this game, designed as a tribute to the original Game Boy. It looks, sounds, and plays like a long-lost cartridge from that beloved handheld game system. In-depth story mode takes players through Mr. Tako's trials as he meets and tries to reconcile the differences between octopus and human. What are my thoughts on Blackout? I started off really high on Blackout in the beta, and at the start of the release of Black Ops 4. And recently, some of the slight issues with it are starting to be prevalent, I think footsteps should be vastly louder. I would actually like to see the overall health increased by maybe just 50. I think you die a little too quick, even with armor. Armor full health and stim pack or whatever that overcharge health is. You still die just freakishly fast, which is actually narrowing the skill gap, I think. Everyone's more evenly on the same level, where if you're playing something like PUBG or Fortnite, the vastly better player will more often win. Where in Blackout, it's kind of a lot of who shoots first, which is very similar to the standard multiplayer itself, I guess. But I would love louder footsteps for sure. I feel like people just roll right up on you and be right behind you and shooting you. I didn't hear anything. Something in between, you can take that perk that has you hear better. But I think the standard audio should be a little louder for footsteps. Yeah, if you take that perk to hear better, you can hear like insanely good, like almost too good. You can hear footsteps from like half a mile away, I feel like. So yeah, something in between that and just what they have the footsteps at now would be perfect, I think. So it looks like we have a backup hat up there in our inventory. In case we lose this one. I forgot to change the style. I don't think PUBG is going to die anytime soon. I mean, it's obviously been shedding players a lot, but it's not going to die because there's a certain pace to that game that some people like. Some people like that more slower, sandboxy, tactical style, and Fortnite doesn't provide that really, and neither does Blackout really. Those are both very arcadey, where they're very much a shooter, and PUBG's a little more of a little sandbox, like a sandbox experience that you just happen to shoot. Some people like that. Alright, so how do we get that backup hat? Oh, did I just... Man, I killed the thing. I killed that ceiling thing. That's the first thing we've killed in this whole game. Rather than just freeze it. X? Okay, yeah. And then I just... Okay. Felt like we had to go down right there. So how did I kill that thing? Oh, just... So maybe we could kill things all along, I just wasn't doing enough damage to them. It seemed like we were just freezing them. But you see how you have pretty limited ink up there. Let's see if we can kill this. I don't know. It's a little odd with how it doesn't want you to kill things too much. I think it's an equal trade-off to be able to freeze guys and use them as a platform. I think that's almost a better gameplay element than just killing things outright. The recent Metroidvania Time Spinner used that to good effect too. How you could freeze guys in the air and get to little secret places. You might be able to kill them if you just shoot them enough, but yeah, you have limited ink. So I don't want to try that. Yeah, thanks again, Be Righteous. That's awesome. Be Righteous already supports me on Patreon, so he's going that extra mile. Appreciate that. This room does not have a number. What is this? Fairy Cave. So we're getting the power to leave the ocean. Time Spinner. It was a little too short, in my opinion. It was good. I didn't review the game, but I'd peg it around for the asking price. I think it's, what is it, 15 or 20 bucks? I would peg it around a 7 out of 10, because I did beat it in, I think, a little over 4 hours, maybe 5 hours. Could have definitely been a little longer. So we can leave the ocean now. Actually, let me see if I can get a hat. I think if we go to this hat guy, we can take a hat. Oops. Yeah, big Kirby vibes. I agree. I'm a huge fan of Kirby's Adventure, but I will admit I'm not a huge fan of the ability to, you know, float around like you can in Kirby games. I like this as more of a stricter, traditional platformer. It ups the challenge when you can't just puff around everywhere. I don't remember where that hat shop is. Oh well. We're leaving the ocean. So I can show the first 21 levels on this. We just did the first 7 or 8. And 1 dungeon. There's 16 dungeons. And over 50 different hats, which are like our abilities. Hey, thanks, me. I wish I had a burger and fries. Actually, with that $5, I can get a burger and fries. Thank you. Zelda vs. Mario. I prefer Zelda, but I love Mario as well. Third-person like action adventure is probably my favorite genre of anything. So yeah, Zelda for me, but close behind that is Mario. I think Mario Odyssey was probably probably my second favorite. I think Mario Galaxy is the best. Then probably Mario 3, then maybe Odyssey. But I really liked how Odyssey took a lot of kind of Zelda inspirations with being more open-ended, more little puzzles and secrets. Yeah, really like that. And I think Zelda has more consistently good games, where Mario, like everyone who even likes Mario, you like some of Mario. You don't like all of Mario. You don't like all 100 of those Mario games that have been. Those weird little spin-offs and, you know, the new Super Mario Brothers 2 U and all those ones that are, you know, just very mediocre. Some people really like the one that's co-op. Or all the new Super Mario Brother ones are co-op. I just didn't care for those personally. It felt like they missed the mark with what they were going for. They're trying to make a classic side-scroller Mario, and I don't know. They missed something. Oh, we lost a hat. Dang, those things come down fast. Okay, so we're on the land now. We shouldn't be in underwater colors. Oh, there we go. Tropical. If you're just tuning in, those are checkpoints, I believe. I don't think we've had to use one yet. My secret base. Oops. Yep, checkpoint. And when you don't have a hat on, you really gotta play careful. That one-hit death. Yeah, isn't the second level of Kirby's Adventure, like this very same tropical style. Is that level 2? Is that level 3? Zelda 2 is one of the only Zelda games I haven't actually given a full attempt at. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's a way to get a hat in between levels. Gotta look around better. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2 in a week from today. Pretty excited for that. Oh, there's a hat thing right there. Yeah, the thing with Red Dead 2, that was, you know, on my higher end list of excited for games of this year. But I've been actually surprisingly really enjoying Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that's filling in a lot of that like open world urge for me, so I'm hoping, you know, that doesn't dilute any of my enjoyment of Red Dead. But I'm still playing and enjoying Assassin's Creed because that game's massive. Nowhere near beating that game. I think I'm level 34? 35? But yeah, that's like hitting almost all of my open world needs. Okay, so we got 2 hats here. Gotta remember to do that if we lose it. You're at a severe disadvantage if you don't. You already got it preloaded. I'm actually gonna pick mine up at Best Buy. I still have that Gamers Club thing for another year or so, even though they canceled it. I just happened to renew it right before I accidentally hit the style button there. I just happened to subscribe to that right before they canceled it. So they still have to honor it for about a year and a half, 20% off every game. Oh wow, sniped. Bird sniped. So the left and right bumper are to change your palette. So I could see how you could accidentally hit that a lot. I actually like this red style. Like, some of them make the background elements and the enemies pop better than others. I think this gives it a nice texture. Is that a human? It's the first human we've come across. It's hard to aim with this. Yeah, mine's good till about Yeah, somewhere around December. Oh, 2019. No, mine's good for like all the way through the early 2020, I believe. I think I renewed it in January or February of this year, so 2 years. Yeah, 2 years after that. Okay, so dungeon. I think the dungeon's been my favorite so far. That first one we did was pretty good. Yeah, the different overlays are pretty cool. I haven't seen too many games like this where you can actually do it on the fly like this. Most of them it's an option in the menu. Oh, this isn't a dungeon. I think it's maybe a town. We can't go in yet. Ooh. Oh yes, the new Spider-Man is pretty good. Even though I compare it in my review to a lot of things taken from the Batman Arkham series, to be fair, the Batman Arkham series took a lot from the old like PS2 Spider-Man games, but that's just how game development is. Everyone kind of like shares ideas. Like how people say Uncharted copied Tomb Raider, and then Tomb Raider went back and copied Uncharted, even though it's just one big kind of circle of using ideas. Same thing with Spider-Man and Batman. Oh, I knew it. I knew he was gonna snipe me right there. Oh. There we go. It's a second kill. Second kill of the game. And some of these are hideous, like, I don't know why you'd want to play like that. Stock back up on hats. Yeah, I heard that there's a new Superman game coming too. Wasn't the rumor like Rocksteady? Somebody who's done open world superhero game before. Hey, Head Crab, what's up, man? Reminds me a lot of Kirby right here. It's like Wispy Woods meets whatever that owl character is. My other hat. Oh, we died. We died right when we killed him. Still counted. Oh, I missed some of that stuff though. That's cool. Like, you don't just get reverted back to the start or anything. You just come back. You use a life, but you're kind of back to where you were. Interesting. Yeah, this game's pretty cool if you grew up with Game Boy games or you just like retro platformers. This is a little more RPG than your traditional platformer. It has different abilities you get, it has dungeons, kind of like... The first one we did was kind of like a Zelda dungeon, a basic Zelda dungeon. Pretty cool. Hey, thanks Aaron, appreciate that. I'll thank you in person after this when I get that confirmation in my email. I guess this is probably more in person than a direct message on Patreon, but yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had to ask the PR guy how you pronounce this character's name. I believe it's TAKO. It's TAKO or TAKO. I don't think it's TAKO, but TAKO. Alright, so we're about halfway through the levels that I can show. I can show all of Act 1, which is the first 21 levels. We've done 10. Actually, we can kind of judge how long this is going to be. Oh wow. 10%. Played for an hour, we're at 10%. So that, yeah, that might give you a gauge of how long it is. 3 out of 50 hats. Might be a little longer than you initially think for, $15. Can we go in that town now? Yeah, that's what I said right at the beginning. It reminds me just like Kirby's Adventure with the hub town. I'm reuniting the humans. I'm doing my best to read chat. I thought I've responded directly to you, Games Creed. I could be missing some. Did you find my treasure on the beach? I don't think so. Yeah, the whole plot, I guess, of this is you're trying to unite the octopus people and the humans. Because the start of the game, they're kind of like killing each other, they're at war or something. So we found probably 3 locked areas that we haven't figured out how to open yet in previous levels, so it looks like it might have some, you know, backtracking elements. Yeah, Pokemon Pinball. Yeah. That era had a lot of those fun, like, weird pinball adventure type games. Wonder why they don't make more of those now. What are we doing here? Oh my gosh, what is happening? I don't know what we're doing. They're all burning. Did it describe how to do that? So confused. We'll try that again. Alright, see you, Headcrab. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, see you, Wally. Oh yeah, that's right. That Yoku's Island Express. That was like an actual pinball adventure. We don't use octopus as an ingredient anymore. Yeah, I probably should have actually read this. You have to go to each one when you feel they've been completed. I didn't understand how to, like, activate them. Does that mean done? Oh, okay, you press up. It's like the big ol' arrow is showing. Okay, I got it. Could have used a little auditory feedback when you hit those. I guess there is. It's really low. Can't move fast enough. Is anybody in chat good at Diner Dash? Not bad. Dang, only 14. Oh no, I'm stuck in the stream with you. Okay, Warshack. Oh. What do we get? Thought he dropped a staff or something, but I don't know. Gave us something. I mean, you can brag about being good at Diner Dash. All these games we play are just as fun as what you make of them, so it doesn't really matter. Too bad our lives are already full. I wish we could go over 9. We need fire to get through that. Oh, those don't freeze. Okay. Looks like we missed 2 things because we don't have a fire ability yet. Oh. I'm forgetting to change the style, like I said I would. Let's go. Am I enjoying it so far? I am. It's a weird combination of pretty forgiving, but also as soon as you lose your hat, you can only take one hit. So you do have to play a little more cautious as soon as that happens. But the platform in itself hasn't been like brutally hard at all. It's just that if you're playing dumb and you can only take one hit, you might die. Can't say how hard it's going to get later. We've done one dungeon out of 16, and it was pretty fun. It was more puzzle focused. Like right now, since I have the arrow ability, it's kind of making me play a little more carefree, but then when I do get hit, I'm permanently losing that, you know, that ability that I feel much more confident with. These arrows are good, so I don't want to lose them. So it's one of those things where you want to avoid getting hit at all times. But I don't really like that backup bouncy ball hat we have too much. Protect your head from falling objects. Nice. Okay, so this is more like armor while we still keep our basic ability. So it seems like there's different functions for the hats rather than just a projectile. Yeah, kind of like Mario where you get small, where you want to try to avoid that first hit, even though you can take two. I forgot to see if that guy we saved, those two people we saved are in town. Yep. I was testing the Zelda reference, and yep, it was there. I think I've played too many games. This is coming out October 30th on Nintendo Switch and Steam for 15 bucks. This isn't a review or anything, this is going to be just Act 1, which is the first 21 levels, but it's pretty evident that you get quite a lot of content for 15 bucks. Because we played for an hour and we were only at 10% of the game on our save file. And there is backtracking where you can go back and open stuff that you missed before later on. What is happening? Weird animal land. People turned into animals or something? Oh, this might be another dungeon. Yeah, it's not like brutally hard yet. I say it's pretty fair challenge so far. Right there in that good middle ground. Not frustrating, but it's not like I can zone out entirely. What happened to our umbrella? Yeah, so this is the second dungeon we've done so far. These tend to kind of shake up the formula from the standard levels quite a bit. Yeah, these have been my favorite part of the game so far. I feel like I'm gonna jump into that top one. It's gonna shoot me down. We have to go that way. Oop. Get me out of here. You just have to do a small jump there. I bet that would have caught us. That was actually probably the trickiest jump of the whole game so far. Yeah, if you hold that button too long, you're gonna get trapped up there and get shot down. Where was that doorway? To our left. Alright, head crab, I'll see ya. Thanks for the questions and everything. Makes it easier for me. Whoa. Cool looking boss. Well, that's weird. I had a hat on and it killed me in one hit. Alright. Wish there was a faster way to get your hats back. Seems like the only way is by going in the hat house every time. Yeah, the trigger button you can change between these just on the fly. Sometimes I accidentally do it, sometimes I do it in between levels just to change it up. Nope. Not worth it. You know what, I haven't found out what saving these people do. I'll go back to town after this and we'll see if they've, you know, been added to the town or not. Need fire to get that guy. Yeah, let me go back to town and see if they're there. Or if they have anything to give us. Yeah, so far, I don't think any of these people are new. So that kid might be talking about there was a locked door on the beginning of this world. It was kind of on a beach, which is what he was talking about. But I didn't know how to get in there. Yeah, I don't know why we're saving those people. I'm not seeing them in town. Yeah, I'm not seeing them. They might be doing something, I'm just not aware of it. Alright, we're gonna go tackle level 14. I'm gonna take a quick 1-minute break. I'll be right back. Alright, level 14. I can play up to level 21. That's all I can show in this preview. They're saying Act 1 is levels 1 through 21. Which is pretty long, Act 1. I'm not sure if that's including the dungeons or not. I'm thinking they mean just the numbered levels. Alright, thanks, King. You too. Yeah, so far I'd recommend it, Jack. Especially if you grew up with Game Boy games and you like this kind of throwback style, because they specifically tried to make this look and feel and function. Did we just kill that thing? Oh, we used our hat. We just got hit. They tried to make this like as if it could have existed on the Game Boy. It's a little more advanced than a traditional Game Boy game. Controls a little tighter than a traditional Game Boy game, but it does pull off that look and feel pretty well. And it's pretty long too for the asking price, 15 bucks so far. Well, I would go for that, but we're on max lives. That's the only drawback of having only 9 lives. Kind of discourages you from always getting all those little gems, because you don't really need them if you're at max already. Yeah, I would say this functions more like a Game Boy Advance game, other than the graphics. You know, the graphics are a little worse than Game Boy Advance, but if you took the look of Game Boy and the, you know, input and control and overall like cleanness of the presentation, yeah, it's kind of like a Game Boy Advance game. Because if you actually go back and play a real Game Boy game, they're a little more chunky looking than this, and my control a little worse than you remember. Is that too bright? It's really bright on my end. Yeah, it looks too bad. I wonder what we'll get in here. Maybe a boomerang? Oh, it's a bakery. I would have bet money that we were about to get a boomerang. It's a croissant. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Jack. Yeah, you can get the game a little cheaper if you, you know, pre-buy it. I always recommend for any game, even if in a preview it looks really good, always wait for reviews, unless you just, you know, you're 100% on board and you want to just save that money. But traditionally, I'd say always just wait for a review. Maybe not even from me, just from anybody, for any game. Pro-consumer to wait for reviews. There's a few games where I don't even adhere to that rule, if I'm already on board already. Probably the only two... Actually, there's probably 3 right now. Red Dead Redemption 2, that's probably just a buy, no matter what anyone says. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Those are games that, like, take my money now. I am confident in whatever they deliver. If Danger's not there right now, you can email me and I'll get you the key. You can find my email in the About section on YouTube on my channel. It's boomstickgamingchannel@gmail.com. And I'll get you that key for the giveaway from a couple days ago. So where are we supposed to go now? It's something about going back to the ocean. I've already been here. And thanks for watching, Nope. If you have any questions about the game, I'd be glad to answer them. I think we might have to go back to the ocean to progress next, I think. Yeah, go ahead and contact Danger there. That'll be quicker than going through me, because I'd have to get the key from him anyways. I'm trying to figure out what to do next. I wasn't doing the best at reading that dialogue. It said something about going back to the ocean. Yeah, we found a few Easter eggs so far. We found this hidden area that was kind of in a visible wall. We found a Zelda reference with the chickens. A bunch of Kirby kind of references. We have to shoot that fox? No? It's gotta be in here. This game is Save Me, Mr. TAKO. Or TAKO, not sure how to say it. But it's pretty much a new indie game coming out that is trying to be like a regular Game Boy game. In style and control and a little bit of everything. Okay, here we go. Figure out how to get to the next world. How many years have I been gaming? Man, when did I start? I started on the regular NES, playing games like the original Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Bubble Bobble, Castlevania, Rad Racer, and then I wouldn't say I started becoming like more of a hardcore gamer. I don't think I ever beat any regular Nintendo games as a kid. Not until I got a regular Game Boy. That's when I really started to really get into gaming. And Link's Awakening was my first Zelda game. I loved that game. And then probably... that's when I started really taking games like more seriously. I would say when I became a actual like hardcore gamer, where I started following like, oh, what's this new trailer for games and what's E3. Would probably be around the Nintendo 64 era, probably Ocarina of Time, around there, and the first Super Smash Brothers. Those are like probably the moment where I'm like, okay, I'm kind of in this for life now. Yeah, it costs $15. Comes out October 30th. Kind of like this style or that reddish one. Oh. Who's a Sam Raimi fan? I missed something? Or are you just giving 5 cool points to Sam Raimi fans? Yeah, I have an Army of Darkness poster behind me. You couldn't tell I'm a big fan of that movie by the channel name and everything. This is the first auto-scroller we've gotten. Oh, I forgot to get my hats in town. You can take an extra hit when you have a hat on, which gives you extra abilities. And you have to replenish them in town, and it's really easy to forget to do. So right now I can only take 1 hit. So we've been saving humans, but we haven't figured out what that does exactly. It's just an extra life? We got an extra life for doing it. Sorry, dude. Missed you. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there's a platform down there. Of course. Thought we had to, like, freeze those arrows or something. Overthought it. Are you talking about the... Oh, reading chat. Are you talking about the Evil Dead TV show? I sadly didn't like that. It was trying to replicate the 90s movie tone, but I think a lot of those modern day things that try to pull that off don't quite pull it off the same. It comes off as just kind of, I don't know, like they're trying to fake it or something. Fake exaggerated. Like fake, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the show, sadly. I tried. I didn't like the supporting cast either, other than Ash. The supporting cast was abysmal, I think. Actually, yeah, if it was just Ash, primarily, and without the buddy thing going on, it'd probably be a fine show. He did not need quirky, young, 20-year-old buddies. Yeah, you can change the color on the fly. I've been trying to just switch it up from time to time. There's actually a From Dusk Till Dawn show that I was looking into recently, but it looks like it suffers from the same problem that I had with the Evil Dead show, so I didn't even try it. It's really hard for modern TV shows to capture 80s and 90s, that movie, that weird tone that they pull off. It's really hard to replicate. I haven't really seen any do it too well. Yeah, this is a Switch game and a Steam game. Coming out the end of the month, October 30th, for 15 bucks. So we're getting slowly closer to the end of Act 1, which is the first 21 levels, and that's all I can show in this preview. But, I mean, if that's Act 1, it's pretty long. 21 levels. Before I turn this off, I'll probably, once we get to that 21 levels, I'll probably go back to the menu and it shows us how much the game we've completed. Gives us a nice little percent. Kind of gauge how long the game actually is. I forgot to get a hat. It's weird how this just went like auto-scroller. There's 2 in a row now. Damn. We saved that guy, but we took a life. Wonder if this whole world is auto-scrollers. Interesting. So we can't step on these hedgehogs when we freeze them. They're one of the few things that you can't jump on when they're frozen. I think anything that's still moving after you like ink it, you can still take damage from it. Yeah, I haven't seen that new Predator movie. Alright, I'm gonna go get some hats. Yeah, part of the problem is this, I think the use of CGI is about half the problem, and then also the other half is pulling off that odd tone from 80s and 90s films, which is a hard formula to even pinpoint what that is exactly. It just comes down to how good your writers are. You have to like strategically downgrade your writing to a way. Like, there's a level of cheesy that's fun, and there's a level of cheesy that is annoying. I wouldn't go as far to say movies nowadays are trash. I would say there's less average filmmakers now. There's a lot of people that are just making movies. People that still make films, I would say, like Wes Anderson, Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan. There are still filmmakers that still make films, but there's sadly too many people just making movies nowadays. If that makes any sense. Just easily digestible, just whatever. Popcorn flick kind of stuff. There's actually a movie that I didn't even hear about. It's been out for a while, I think. It's like something... It ends with El Royale. Something El Royale. Like the mystery on the El Royale or something. But, I want to go see that. That looks interesting. Lost our umbrella. Oh, Bad Times at the El Royale. Yeah, I'm gonna go see that this weekend. Like, I like movies that look intriguing, because they're usually a little more creative, and I just like the overall style more. Like the movie The Shape of Water, I didn't actually enjoy the movie too much, but I respect the crap out of that movie. Just this wacky vision that he pulled off what he wanted to pull off. I just didn't like it. Love the movie, but definitely can respect it. I don't know why I'm taking the umbrella. The umbrella is really not that useful. So I think I've been missing a lot of hats since I'm semi-rushing through this just to show all the levels I can. I bet we've been missing a bunch of different hats because there's 50 different ones and we only have, what, like 4 or 5 at this point? Alright, where's the next level at? Where'd I miss? So we did 18, looking for 19. Bet there's something in town I'm missing. Take a look. Oh, yeah. Alright. So there are side quests in this game. I haven't been doing the best at completing them. But I have been accepting them. Yeah, we haven't figured out how to open any of these locked doors yet. These are usually mini games. Okay, so I have to attack him at the right time, or he'll hit me back. Kind of like the draw mini game in Kirby. Oh, he's speeding up a lot. 11 hits. Was it taking away hits every time he hit me? I couldn't look up there. Alright, you have a great weekend too, bud. Thank you. And I wish I had a box of cookies. I feel like we're due a new hat. I haven't gotten a new hat in a while. What is this? A shop? Well, that's the first use for the currency we've found yet. It's a giant town. First time playing as a human. Oh jeez. They don't have any attack. I feel like I'm missing something here. Yeah, we don't have any attacks. Oh. Beepy. I hate these birds. It's got hard all of a sudden. Sucks being a human. I'm gonna be an octopus again. Oh, I jumped right into it. What an odd change of pace all of a sudden. Dude, get out of here. Man, no thanks on this level. The heck was that? Alright, 2 more levels left that I can show. Oh no. Other. Person have a gun? Luckily, it doesn't make us do all that again. Oh, come on. Everything was going fine when I was an octopus. Bad feeling about this. Oh, those come out so fast. First actual death. Or kicked all the way back out. Not a fan of these levels. One hit kills are fine when I had a weapon that I could freeze people. Now I have nothing. Gonna game over again. Might as well just get it out of the way. This game just got brutal all of a sudden. Come on. I just jumped right into him. Man, I'm real bad at this part. We might not be seeing all 21 levels. Could end here. Is this level 19? 20. We gotta push all these things again. I feel like I'm missing something. How do you get in there? Oh. Really, Ghost, every time? Oh, oh, this level. Really? You stupid bird. Oh, I hate these levels. Got us the last time. I'm just gonna run. Man, I hope there's no more levels as a human. So that's a dungeon. That's gonna be the last level I can show. Stock up on hats. Hopefully it's not a human-based dungeon. I'm greatly enjoying the game when you're an octopus, not so much those levels as a human. Alright, so this is going to be the third dungeon out of 16 total. Is this a town? Oh, there's the dungeon, I think. Got a feather that increases our speed. Oh, is that a hat or a permanent thing? That might be permanent. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably watch the new Daredevil season probably this weekend, or start it. I never do that. I never binge watch stuff. I probably won't finish it for another month. Okay, so this is the last level I can show. I'm going to take one last quick break and I'll be right back in 1 minute. Alright. This is the last level I can show. I can only show Act 1, which is the first 21 levels. And after this level, I'm going to go back to the main menu and see what percentage completion we're at. That way you can gauge how long the game actually probably is. So yeah, we have this permanent speed boost. This is really nice. And we can shoot again. Did not like those last few levels. Oh, so that was a hat. We don't have a permanent speed boost. Oh, we had a lot of people earlier, Danny. I'm nearing the end of this. I'm just playing this out because once this is archived, it usually yields far more views than when it's live. So that's actually all we can show. So I'm gonna back out and see what percentage we're at after that. So we're at 20% after 2 hours and 22 minutes. Hey, what's up? Dude 642. I'm actually just I just wrapped up what I can show. This will be up as an archived video here in just a couple of hours. I played the first 21 levels, which comprised of 2 dungeons and a couple bosses. And we started a new game here. It took 2 hours and 22 minutes to do 20% of the game. I only got 5 of the 50 hats, which are like your abilities. And yeah, that can kind of help you gauge how long the game actually is. But that's I have a few stats I can end on about the game. Save Me Mr. TAKO, out October 30th. It's on Switch and PC. Asking price of $15.99. I think if you buy it early, it is a little cheaper. They have like a discount sale, but I always recommend waiting for reviews for any game. It has 6 worlds, 16 different dungeons, 18 bosses, and 50 different hats, like I mentioned. It's a cool little homage to the Game Boy era. If you grew up with a Game Boy, you're probably going to enjoy this more than people that didn't, but it's still, you know, a fun little platformer RPG. You can change the color scheme here on the fly, which is a pretty cool addition. And yeah, that's my preview of the first 21 levels. I want to thank everybody for checking this out. If you tuned in, a lot of people had some pretty good questions in chat. Yeah, sorry man, you missed out on pretty much all of it. Yeah, it's ending right now, but it'll be up on my channel in probably an hour or 2, and you can go back and skim through when it was a little more livelier earlier. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody.